Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Snake People at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. It's the podcast where we talk about growing up and living queer, nerdy, and depressed online and at the cinema. From the kids who just need to remind you that Lee Pace is 6'5", it's Sneople at the Movies. I'm Ezra.
I'm Helena.
And I'm Matty.
And this week on Sneople, we are talking about one of all three of our all-time favorite movies, Tarsem's The Fall.
Yeah.
As we just
I swear to God, when you said that whole Lee Pace is 6'5" thing, I actually did audibly inhale. But also I do that when I think about this movie.
It's true.
It's not just him.
As we mentioned before we started recording today, this episode is potentially slightly cursed because the first time we tried to record this episode, only 2/3 of us had their mics on.
Okay.
This was not going to be a call-out post, I promise.
Well, what happened...
I think Helena is just going to out herself.
What happened... I've already done that. What happened was
Happy Pride.
Thank you. What happened was that I had muted my Discord, I think, for whatever reason. Maybe because I don't know what I was thinking. And then I just forgot to unmute it. So what I recorded was 70 minutes of silence. Yeah.
So, back for a second chance.
Well, we also tried to do
kind of thematically appropriate for this film.
My redemption.
We tried to do it for last episode too, and then it ended up we couldn't get us all in the same room together.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm back. It was the so Ezra, when are you free? And I'm like, never. Please just go on without me.
It was Father's Day last weekend, so
yeah, you know, dads and stuff, etc. Dads, etc. Come on, isn't that just that's our band, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Team Hot Dads.
I mean, it is Team Hot Dads.
Team Hot Dads.
Dads, etc. is the name of our first album.
Our first album. Our first EP.
Yeah, our first EP, excuse me. Okay, so before we jump into the kaleidoscope of emotional ups and downs and beautiful scenery that is The Fall, we're gonna do our little Maddie, do you want to do the jingle?
Here's what you missed on Sneeps. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, that's totally what it was.
Absolutely.
Oh, did you guys not? I haven't had a chance to listen to the.
We didn't do it for the last one, but that's okay.
We did not, and when you said jingle, I was momentarily so confused and
you're
lost.
Wait, what the fuck?
And then now I remember.
Yeah, no. Every episode, I just sing our theme song.
It's real good. I like it.
It's just because I blocked everything having to do with Glee out of my memory, and then I have to re-remember it, even if it's only tangentially related, as you see.
Yeah, so what have we seen? Not much. Helen and I didn't really see anything, because it's only been a week since we last recorded.
Yeah.
I saw the first half of Disc 1 of the extended edition of Fellowship.
Which is still an hour and 15 minutes of film.
Again, happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everybody. Go watch Lord of the Rings.
That's what I've seen. That's it.
Fair.
I haven't seen any movies, but I did finish watching Black Sails finally, and I feel that's a milestone I want to mention. And
also, happy Pride.
Also, definitely hard happy Pride on that one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say except wow. And if you haven't watched Black Sails yet, you should watch Black Sails, please. It's so good. And that's it.
I've watched the first two seasons and then most of the third season of Black Sails, and it's just where the fuck was that whole series, like, 17 Emmys?
I don't know, man. It's
like, and specifically, where is Toby Stephens' Emmy for that? Like, the man was robbed.
I have given them all to him in my heart and in my mind.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I don't know where it happens. I think because Black Sails does, like, even though they were planning it from the beginning, it does, like, this jackknife of a turn in terms of, like, what this who this show is being who this show is for and what this show is about somewhere in the late first season. That takes kind of that gets bigger and more and clearer sometime in the middle of the second season, and only gets more impressive later on. But, like, when it begins, you're like, aha, this is this kind of show, and then it's like, actually, no.
Yeah, I feel like there were definitely a lot of people who watched the first, like, 3 or 4 episodes and went, this is basically just trying to be, like, early seasons Game of Thrones with pirates, no thanks.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair,
and
there is some stuff in the first season plot-wise that are kind
absolutely.
of like, I wish you hadn't done that, but...
oh, yeah, for sure. And then you get towards the end of the first season and all the way through the second season, you're like, oh my god, like, this show just, like, levels the fuck up. It gets, like... It's like, hey, actually, we were, like, a very, like, smart and tightly plotted and engaging show the whole time. And you're like, what?
It's like, I trust you with my entire life. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Me to Toby Stephens.
Someday I'll have enough attention to focus on, like, long periods of TV. Because I want to see it so bad. I think I would really like it. I just, like...
I think
my
you would
focus
too, bro.
is just awful.
I mean, yeah, but the attention span thing is fucking real. I can't believe that, like, and this sounds so strange, Critical Role rehabilitated my attention span.
That doesn't sound strange at all. That makes perfect
sense. But
I
don't know how. It just did. I was just gonna say, like, I went from, like, having, just sitting there going, like, why is it so hard for me to watch a whole movie? Like, why is it so hard for me to watch anything that's longer than about 25 minutes? To, I'm gonna watch 2.5 4-hour episodes of Critical Role in a day because I don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think, for me, I started reading again. Like, I've been able to focus on, like, reading, and I'm like, thinking, like, maybe that will help.
Probably.
Because it's a similar concept of, like, I just couldn't stay focused on a book for so long, but I've been reading, like, on my breaks and work and stuff. Thank you to The Raven Tower by Anne Leckie, I think. You got me back into reading again.
Yeah.
Oh, so
hey, Ezra,
good.
You know what you should use as a way of doing that with a book to try out is Inkheart. You should continue reading Inkheart.
This is true. I should keep reading Inkheart. Yeah.
Sneople Book Club. We're gonna start reading Inkheart again.
I gotta finish reading Inkheart because at some point we are gonna do. We still want to do an episode on film adaptations of popular YA novels.
Yeah.
Like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah. Or The Hot
and
Mess.
I'm pretty sure friend of the podcast Leo wants to guest on that.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Anyway, so I saw things, especially since it's been twice as long since I recorded as it has for everybody else. I mainlined all of Good Omens.
Yes, you did.
Which as did which I'm sure Helena talked about last time, but
I haven't talked about it yet.
We can't start talking about it because I will just gush for the entire appropriate length of this podcast because I'm stealing this from a friend. I haven't been embarrassing about a piece of media in a while, and you know what? It feels good.
It does.
Like I was.
Yes, Leia said that, right?
Yeah, that was Leia. I was scrolling through my Tumblr, or not my Tumblr. Fuck, I don't go on Tumblr anymore. I was scrolling through Twitter, and some people who I've known for a long time, whose like opinions I super respect and stuff, were like, "Here's some like totally legitimate criticisms of the adaptation," and I just looked at it and I went, "Huh." I am not interested in being rational about this miniseries.
Oh, I think I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, like, I didn't really totally agree with them. I kind of agreed with what they were saying. but in like I would use different words to describe that.
I would say I was on the same page.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just like, I don't care because look, they're in love.
I'm like, I'm sorry. This is a 6,000 year slow burn relationship. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to talk about anything else. And then I went and saw Rocket Man with my parents, which
I am so excited to hear your thoughts about.
I liked a lot. This is my fundamental take on Rocket Man is it is both a satisfying and engaging biopic and a well-executed jukebox musical, two things which are incredibly difficult to do, let alone at the same time.
Hell yes. Helena, let's go see it.
It made me cry, because homophobia is rough. Helena, I think you would like it.
I might rent it. I just have such a hard time with biopics, even with somebody that I like, respect and like Elton John, and like it's not the same issue with like Bohemian Rhapsody where there's some shit going down behind the scenes. Like I think I'll definitely be able to watch it and enjoy it, and I like Taron Egerton too, so
he's really good. The thing that I would say is that it's really beautiful. And I think that it is worth going to see in a theater because it makes such good use of what film can do.
Right. Someone I follow who's also a big movie person, and they have a side blog dedicated to just costuming in film. It was really excited by the costuming in that. So
Jamie Bell is in it.
Yeah. Jamie Bell is in it. He's incredibly good.
Jamie Bell. Why haven't they been advertising that to me? Don't they know?
I just did
because
right
Jamie
now.
Bell should be like 17 times as famous as he is.
Oh God,
I
true.
do not understand why.
Holy shit! He's playing Bernie Taupin. Okay, yeah.
Yes. I mean, and part of it is like, I really did not know anything about the development of Elton John's career. The big thing is, I mean, I swear to God, I went into this movie going, okay, I know a few Elton John songs that I enjoy. I know that my dad and I are like the only two people on the planet who would put Burn Down the Mission on a Best of Elton John CD. And the only other thing that I was like, oh yeah, Elton John made a bunch of really good music and also was on he collaborated with Fall Out Boy on one of my favorite Fall Out Boy songs. Like,
he did. He was in the music video for it.
Yeah, he is in the music video for Save Rock and Roll. And like
he plays God.
He plays God. It's fucking great. If you haven't watched the Youngblood Chronicles, what are you doing? That shit's on YouTube. Go forth and enjoy. But yeah, like I did not know I didn't know the shape of his life story. I had no idea. And so I guess maybe if you did know, it would be a different experience, but I don't know. I felt like it told the story in an engaging way.
I feel like my dad is really pumped or would really enjoy this movie because he's repeatedly said that Elton John has put on the best concert he's ever been to.
Oh hell yeah!
And my dad is not like me, where I'm like I enjoy concerts, but I never am like seeking them out, and I don't really enjoy them particularly as like an activity. My dad, has been to many concerts. And he's seen Elton John like quite a few times. And he's just so cool. Like, yeah, he puts on an amazing show. Which I agree. I absolutely believe it.
Also, I'm gonna say it. Fucking this movie is a film about a gay man. It has dudes banging. Like,
yeah.
And they were just like, guess what? These guys are gonna fuck. And I was like, you know what? Thank you for not, like, being weird about this one way or another.
Mm-hmm. I feel that's where a lot of biopics sort of fuck up, if,
Right, they kind of, skirt around the issue, quote unquote.
As a gay person, I felt like this film handled the trauma of internalized homophobia incredibly well. Like, this movie, I fucking cried during the goddamn Elton John biopic. My parents were like, "What's up?" And I'm like, being gay is hard. I was like, I'm gay and sometimes that's hard. And like, it's just, it has a lot of really good performances. They use the songs really well. Taron Egerton can sing very well, so that was really exciting. There's great choreography. It looks fantastic. I don't know, man. Like, if you really just genuinely hate biopics, you're like, yeah, wait. But I would say give this one a chance because it is a biopic and other things.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so scooting on past that.
Awesome. Oh yeah,
and yeah,
the movie.
Oh fuck, the podcast.
This is all in the podcast.
No,
right?
this is the podcast, but oh fuck, the subject of the podcast.
Yes, which we were very excited to talk about, and been dying to talk about for weeks. So,
did we determine that this is the only movie that is on all 3 of our top 10 lists?
I think so.
I can't say that for sure because
but I think it might be.
It's certainly up there right now. I'm currently working on a list of my favorite movies ranked. So I will
Shut
get back to
up.
you on that.
Letterboxd ass.
Helena, I understand and respect your letterboxed problem.
Thank you.
But I'm just gonna say that because it is one of the films that I think we would all put on a list of our formative movies. Maybe that's more fair to say.
I mentioned this in the last episode that The Fall was one of the movies that made me want to make movies, which I think is a underrated category.
Yeah, absolutely.
I look at The Fall and I think when I want to make art, what do I want to make? And I want to make something that makes me feel like this made me feel.
Yeah.
So what is The Fall? Let's talk about.
Let's actually talk about
what is this movie before we just talk
boy.
about
So The Fall.
That's late episode conversations.
The Fall is a fairy tale in some ways.
Yeah.
It is a film about a fairy tale, and it's simultaneously a film about a fairy tale and the man telling the fairy tale and the little girl he's telling it to. Like, it's a film about the storyteller and the story.
And the power of telling stories and what they can do.
And how they can bring people together, and also how people can use them to hurt each other.
Yeah.
And use them to heal as well. And, heal each other and yourself.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta use... Oh my god, it's like using D&D as group therapy.
Yeah, The Fall is group therapy.
Yeah. The fall is group therapy. So it is a film about what is it? Is it the late 19-teens, early 1920s?
I think it's early 1920s, I would say.
Early 1920s. Okay. No, it's earlier than that because it is at the very, very cusp of moving
it's
picture.
early film.
You're right.
Yeah, so it's earlier than that. So it's like the 19-teens.
Yeah.
In Hollywood. Hollywood before it was... Well, in Southern California. It's Hollywood before it was Hollywood. And it is a film about a young a young moving picture stuntman played by Lee Pace before he got Lee Pace before he got famous. Yeah, I'm okay with saying that.
Sure.
It's an early Lee Pace.
It
flick.
is well, this movie came out in 2006.
Yeah. It's
and they had
Pushing
been
Daisies.
filming it for a while by then, so he's quite young.
Yeah. He's
and
baby.
so he is pretty baby. He has recently, he was just starting out as a stuntman, and he got injured in a stunt gone wrong and broke his back. And so he's in this convalescent hospital because he's paralyzed, and he sort of ends up randomly meeting this young immigrant girl who, you know, is just learning to speak English, and he starts telling her a story, kind of like a fucked up Scheherazade situation, where he kind of tells her this story to draw her in. He ostensibly because he's trying to get her to steal morphine for him so he can kill himself, but really he's also just incredibly lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both kind of, you know, misfit people who are just kind of also just both very, like, imaginative people. And so he starts telling her this fairy tale, and we see her the pictures that her imagination paints, and so we hear his narration and see how she interprets it into images.
Yes.
So it's got a little bit of that. There's a little bit of a Wizard of Oz elements where she casts the characters in the fairy tale as people she knows, and, like, the X-ray technicians are really scary, so they become, like, the bad guys. And it's just, and all of the stuff that's filmed in the story is just these incredibly lush, fanciful, totally nuts set pieces, because Tarsem, does he go by Tarsem, or is it
he just
Tarsem
goes by
Singh?
Tarsem.
Okay, so Tarsem has been directing commercials for, like, he is, like, the guy for, like, crazy commercials shot in insane locations. And he would just be like, oh, okay, cool, I want to film something here. I'm going to get everybody out for, like, 2 days, and we're going to film this thing, and then we're going to, like, go back to our business. And so it's all over the world, and it's just every single, like, mind-bogglingly beautiful, like, every single mind-bogglingly beautiful landscape that just the world has to offer. He would just be like, oh yeah, I have this, like, insane mental catalog of these unbelievable places. I'm gonna fly this little group of people out here, we're gonna shoot, you know, a couple of scenes, and then we're gonna go somewhere else. And so it's all of these places are real, and you're just like, how?
Yeah.
How? And they're all real.
No special effects were used for these scenery landscapes. There were some,
which is unreal.
Yeah, and it just looks fucking incredible. Yeah.
Every single one looks like a fanciful landscape painting done by a world-class artist.
Mm-hmm.
I think specifically of the butterfly reef. And then, like, the Blue City. Like, these are, like, I remember when I was watching it again for the first take of this episode, I was like, how can these places be real? Like, these are places on the planet that, like, you feasibly could go to. They just look otherworldly.
They look absolutely impossible.
28 countries. Over
28 countries.
Yeah, 4 years to film. Even the scenes in the hospital look really good too. I mean, there's just so much color in this movie, and that's so beautifully done for a movie that opens in and closes as well in an incredible black and white sequence. I mean, there's just so much richness to everything that is filmed in this movie.
And every single frame of this film is lit perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, there is... The lighting does so much for the mood. It's like, I don't even know how to articulate it. The lighting is... It does so much. It is so much part of what will just, like, transform these, especially, like, the interiors. Mm-hmm. Like, the way that they're lit, you're like, you feel like you're there because they give off such a strong ethos.
Yeah, they're super rich.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, by the way, this movie contains themes of pretty heavy themes of suicide. It contains attempted suicide. There's violence against children.
There's a lot of death.
There's a lot of death. There's a lot of people getting killed.
The person who attempts suicide does not die. Like, there's no, like, successful suicide. And you don't, like, it's not a violent
you don't see him.
attempt.
Yeah.
He takes pills, or what he thinks are pills.
Yeah, he thinks he's overdosing on morphine.
Right. So it is a difficult topic. And it's amazing that, like, this is a difficult topic, and, like, I've seen this movie so many times.
Yeah. I would say I feel like it's handled pretty, both sensitively and matter-of-factly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, this movie goes into, like, this movie is the emotions are very heightened, but it does not go into history, like, it doesn't go into, like, judgmental histrionics about histrionics. How the fuck do you say that word? I just realized I've never heard anybody say it out loud. I've only ever read it.
Wouldn't know.
I wouldn't say that I have either. Hang on, let me look it up.
Helen is about to save me from big vocabulary problems when you know a whole bunch of words but you never actually hear anybody use them out loud.
Histrionic, apparently.
Histrionics. Hey, I was right.
You got it.
Yeah, and it's very, I don't know, as somebody who sometimes finds those kind of themes pretty difficult, this is a movie
a lot of
that
times
never
I need
gives
a
me
warning
trouble.
for that. Yeah, exactly. I think part of it is I feel this way about, like, the Babadook. This is a weird jump, but stick with me on this one. In terms of, like, the Babadook contains things that are normally incredibly difficult for me to watch, and in fact, I just can't watch them. The payoff is worth it. Like, it takes you through something that is so difficult, but by the end, it's healing almost. Like, it's a, I don't know what the phrase I want is, but it feels good once you're through it.
Well, yeah, the place that you end up at the end is a good place to be.
Right, it makes the journey worth it, because without it, like, you get to that place and you're like, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The, like, unusual double feature for this movie is, like, we said It's a Wonderful Life or In Bruges, which is, like, life-affirming movies that are, like, and places get kind of dark sometimes, and, like,
yeah, but,
like, you come out the end and you're like, no, I don't, like, want to be dead, actually.
Yeah,
or, it's
this is
okay.
Definitely a maybe I don't actually want to be dead movie.
Yeah, it's It's a Wonderful Life. I want to live.
Yeah.
So this movie introduced me to the concept that maybe I shouldn't ever trust Entertainment Weekly magazine ever again. Many things that it introduced me to. So when this movie came out, this had a hard time getting a release, first of all. So it initially did come out in 2006, but it was re-released in 2008, which is when I saw it in limited release, I think at the Fox Tower downtown.
God, yeah, I forgot that you actually saw the damn thing in a theater. I'm so bloody
jealous.
Yeah, because I haven't told you how I found this movie. Because...
Oh yeah, we forgot to do that at the beginning because we were talking about other shit.
I have, I guess, the most embarrassing origin story. So, because I got really into Pushing Daisies around the time that this movie was coming back from limited release, and I just was in love with Lee Pace. I was like 14? No, I was older than that. I was like 16 or something, and in love with Lee Pace. So I went onto a Lee Pace fan site, and I spent some time there, and some very good people were like, hey, there's this movie that's being re-released that's going to be coming to theaters soon. It's called The Fall, and they did, and they had the link to the trailer for it, and I watched the trailer and was like, holy shit, I have to see that. Like, not just even as wanting to see Lee Pace and stuff, but the trailer made it look incredible, which it was. But the reason that this came out in 2006 and I had such a hard time getting into theaters was because I think it came out and it premiered at festivals, and Variety magazine panned it a kind of really harsh, what Roger Ebert himself called a kind of a harsh pan. Roger Ebert...
they called it a vanity project, right?
Yeah, vanity project.
Yeah.
Which, Roger Ebert, may he rest in peace, was one of the only critics who gave this, a really, not one of the only critics, but one of, the big names that gave this an overwhelmingly positive review. And he was like, yeah, he said, The Fall is so audacious that when Variety calls it a vanity project, you can only admire the man vain enough to make it. So they panned it, and then it kind of it was kind of like that one harsh review thing really killed its momentum. And then when it came out in 2008, Entertainment Weekly did another review on it, and Entertainment Weekly has that goddamn stupid fucking thing that I hate, where they rate their movies on the F through A scale, for letter grades in school, which and it drives me absolutely insane, and I can't really fully articulate why that bugs me so much. And they're not the only magazine that does that, but
it's fucking bad though.
It's stupid.
I'm just over here going, flames on the side of my face.
Flames.
Yeah. And yeah, so the guy who wrote that review gave it a D+ or a D- or something like that. And I was like, fuck you.
Bag.
I hope he's doing well.
So I hope he steps on a Lego and also, Russell Crowe voice, send me your address so I can visit you and explain my passions.
Seriously. I don't want to sound too harsh on this podcast that my parents sometimes listen to, but also man, that sucks. It's a good movie.
The idea that a movie like this is quote unquote self-indulgent because it takes its time and is vast and beautiful, and also the idea that self-indulgence is bad is part of the reason we made this fucking podcast, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
But also that this is a vanity project because it is in any way, shape, or form not necessarily efficient in its use of anything. It's what?
No, it's meandering in a good way.
It doesn't explain everything to its audience. That's something that I would like to mention also for listeners who haven't seen it yet, that this is something that benefits immensely from rewatches, and so you might not catch everything going on the first time, everything in terms of what the story is doing and all of the little kind of Easter eggs, for lack of a much better term, with how Alexandria is interpreting Roy's story. There's just so much here, and I just rewatched it recently and I noticed something new.
I was gonna say, I've seen this movie so many times, and every time I watch it, I still notice new things.
Yeah.
That is...
It is just incredibly rich.
Yeah, so keep that in mind if you're coming to it for the first time, because I really think that you're probably not going to catch everything the first time, but be attentive and keep an open mind, and If you keep coming back to it and feel any desire to see it again, I would recommend watching it more than once.
I mean, the first time I watched this movie, so I also found this movie because I was extremely hype about Pushing Daisies. Mm-hmm. I convinced my parents to get the DVD from Netflix. I was like, no, it's great. It's this great, you know, I don't remember. I have no earthly idea what I said to them. I think I probably just said, oh, it has the guy from Pushing Daisies. And they went, oh, okay, that's fun. Oh boy. And so they watched it and they were not big fans. They were sort of one of those things where it was like, honestly, this is just like kind of too weird.
Yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, like, look, I love my parents, they're great fucking people, but sometimes they just have they just have, like, a lower weirdness tolerance than I do.
Yeah.
I loved this movie so much that I took the DVD out of the DVD player, I walked down into the basement where we had a secondary TV and DVD player with, like, the exercise equipment and shit. Yes, I am the child of bourgeois intellectuals, sorry. And I stuck in the DVD player and I watched it again. Yeah. Immediately. Because I was just so fucking captivated.
Mm-hmm. That's a good word for it.
It's captivating. And it was one of those movies, I have a handful of movies that changed my paradigm of what film specifically can do. And this is one of them. Another one is The Pianist. I mean, obviously, fuck Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
Fuck Roman Polanski. He's a fucking child molester who should be in jail. I cannot give up the way that The Pianist made me feel, and if that means that I'm canceled, okay. I can't. Because there are so many other people's heart and souls in that movie.
Yeah.
That it is hard for me to write off the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, that is a discussion topic for another time.
Yes. But I think one well worth having.
Yeah, not that it's not a conversation that's not worth having, because it totally is, but just this movie just... It expanded my horizons of what you could do with film as a medium that you can't do with other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. It's
like this movie is a chunk of why I'm sitting my ass in my bedroom recording a film podcast with my best friends.
Yeah, this was one of the movies that when I had an epiphany several years ago about like what I was going to do with my life after I dropped out for the first time, and the result of it was like, oh, I want to make movies. Large part of that was The Fall. And obviously that didn't go anywhere yet, but like it still got me here. Like, where would I be without The Fall? I don't know. I'd be fine, but probably nowhere near as exciting.
No, you'd be exciting.
I'm always exciting. That's my
Yes.
secret cap. I'm always exciting.
God. We have to go
I'm
1
sorry.
week. We have to go 1 week without dropping hints like we're the MCU. You know what I mean?
I that's bold of you to assert that we can.
Bold of you to assume that my brain isn't just constantly a rotating, like, sushi wheel of meme.
Not sushi conveyor belt, friends.
No.
Sushi wheel.
I meant conveyor belt, but my mouth said something different, and I will stick with it.
Okay.
No, it's please do.
Anyway, it had been too long that we were talking serious about this movie, and I had to just go nuts.
I broke it. I'm sorry. I kind of let us there.
How I came to this movie, I think, is not very deep. It's much like many things. I think if you've listened to this podcast long enough, you realize that I haven't seen very much, and everything I've seen is because Helena showed it to me. But we were in high school, and Helena was like, hey, this movie's real good. It's got Lee Pace. And I was like, all right, cool, I trust you. And I was like, what's it about? And she's like, I'm not going to tell you. And I was like, all right, cool, because I had not learned a lesson yet. And then we got to the end of it, and I think I hit you with a pillow or something. Like, I just, tears running down my face, was like, fuck you. But I'm, simple story, but
yeah.
But I'm grateful, yeah.
Okay.
And Helena would proceed to do that exact same thing to me many times over the course of our friendship, and I have yet to learn that if she says, I'm not going to tell you what this is about, you should just watch it, I will be mad at her at the end.
Oh boy, yeah, that,
Ta-da.
oh boy. That's dangerous territory, my friend.
Also made that same mistake with Serenity.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry!
Jesus, Helena!
So sorry!
That's just
so
mean,
sorry! Oh,
we had watched
no.
the show together, and you were like, oh, they made a movie, and I was like, oh, sweet, and you were like, yeah.
Did you imprint on Wash like I did? I'm trying to remember.
I think I did. Of course, I mean, like, think about me in high school and then think about Wash, like...
I mean, you have, like, his
Oh,
hair
yeah.
kind of right now.
Yeah,
I do
I
have
really
his hair
do,
now.
don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Brief tangent that, I mentioned this before, that I watched the movie before the show, and even in the movie, I was like, that one, that's my favorite character. And Joss Whedon looked me straight in the eye and said, fuck you. You have no rights.
You are not valid.
Yeah. He oppressed me hard in that movie.
Oh.
Anyway.
So what else about the fall? Like, what are the other... I mean, there's a lot.
There's so
There's
much.
a lot to kind of pick through.
Oof. Yeah, we have this whole thing. There's a lot of really great stuff.
Oh, fuck, before we forget, because we forgot this the last time, this movie is inspired by a Bulgarian film called Yo Ho Ho,
Yes.
which I'm going to watch at some point.
Thank you.
Yes, it's... I remember the idea is that Tarsem saw that movie and was like, yes, this one, and bought the rights to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, this movie proceeded to turn into his, like, multi-year passion project that he literally funded himself because he was like, nobody else will pay for this because part of the idea of it is I gotta find a child actor, and half the movie is going to be inspired directly by what she is visualizing when we are telling this story.
Yeah.
So I will use my commercial money to fund it, and he did.
And he did.
Yeah. That is a man who does not half-ass anything.
No.
The actress playing Alexandria, the child actor, Katinka Ntaro, I think was how you pronounce her last name.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. We looked it up, we promise.
She, I don't know how old she was when they started filming. I think about 5 or 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think she was like 4 or 5.
She
was
is so
really
lovely.
little.
She formed a very, apparently just like, like all of us, just like fell in love with Lee Pace. And so they had a very natural rapport, and she is just like so natural. There isn't like this, any attempt at like hamming for the camera that you see with a lot of like really, really terrible child actors. She's just so like genuine and earnest, and just really lovely to watch. And she what was that, the anecdote that Tarsem shared where she was like, she hadn't learned English completely when they were filming,
right?
And she was learning English on set, so her
from him,
Tarsem,
like, with an Indian accent.
Yes,
so he kept having to bring in people from Romania to like get her to keep her natural accent.
Yeah,
because
she started speaking English with an Indian accent, and he was like, "No, wait, no,
grab."
She also thought that Lee Pace was actually paralyzed for.
Well, everybody
did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She wasn't the only
basically.
one.
Because they decided, like, Tarsem decided that, okay, she has to believe this is real to get her to commit. So they told everybody on set that Lee Pace was paralyzed.
Yeah.
From the waist down. And some people were, I think some of the people who worked on it were like, not real happy with being kept in the dark.
Yeah, that's fair.
On that one, which, like, and that's a pretty extreme. I mean, normally I come down on the side of being against enforced method acting. This one is, there's been a lot worse things that people have done for the sake of enforced method acting. I'm looking at you, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
He also, like, didn't enjoy it. It wasn't like he was like Lee Pace specifically was like, I hated this, actually.
Yeah, he wasn't, like, enjoying getting one over on people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But God, I mean, the result that it produced.
Yeah. She was, like, so upset when she saw him, like, walking for the first time. She was, like, genuinely, like so upset. I think, like, the makeup artist, like, fainted or something. Almost fainted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that someone almost passed.
Yeah, saw him moving around, and she was like, "Oh, so that's how real the on-set story was for that." He's really good in this movie. He's so underrated.
He's so good.
I love him.
He's got such a capacity for drawing an audience in while not necessarily being someone you particularly like.
Yes, he has a lot of charisma without being charming.
Yeah. He's magnetic, not charming.
His character,
right? You don't like him very much.
No, he's kind of.
I do, because I've seen this movie so many times that I'm
I mean, same.
I love him with my whole heart, and he's like kind of genuinely not a very good person.
No,
he's dealing
flawed person.
He's dealing with a bad situation pretty badly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he learns from it, and he grows from it.
This is true, yeah. He does. This is true.
His character in *Halt and Catch Fire* is very much like that in a way, except arguably worse.
That show's so bad.
I should actually get my ass around to watching *Halt and Catch Fire* because I'm so like, good. Oh man, my queer cred is just slipping down the drain.
I know. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I don't know that your queer cred is slipping.
I know. I did not
Fire.
interpret that as a drag. But I would like everyone to appreciate that our notes just have a bullet point that says in all caps, his eyes, his hands, his face, his bush haircut.
That was me, I'm sorry.
I mean,
no, you're
why
right,
are you
though.
apologizing? You're right, and you should say it.
I know.
There's a point in, I think, one of the interviews with the AV Club where he's talking about how good Lee Pace is, and I, like, ever since I found out this fact, I've been obsessed with it. And it's that, like, he kept, like, Lee Pace, without being told this, would continually, as, like, she moved, he would move his head to keep her in the light correctly, and he was doing it, like, just, like, naturally, and it's like, oh my god,
sorry.
the, like, amount of detail,
that is so
the attention,
it is incredibly hard,
and he was just doing that, because he was like, nope, I have to make sure she's lit correctly, so I have to move my head every time this, like, literal 6-year-old moves.
Oh my god.
That he was so in tune with her, and also, like, the stuff happening around him, and you have no clue. Like, no. Tarsem did not realize until he watched it again, and he was like, oh my god. He's just doing that. Lee Pace, underrated actor.
MVP. Lee Pace, both an incredible, an actor with an incredible level of attention to detail who makes that look very naturalistic.
Yeah, screen acting is fucking hard, man.
Screen acting, fucking hard as hell.
So hard. I want to do it, but it's very, very intimidating, especially if you've spent most of your life doing the other thing, and it's a very huge shift. And the fact that I have seen, this is a way for me to also say that I have seen Lee Pace on film and television, and now have also, as of last May, seen him on stage as well, and he's incredible in both. So it's like, well, fuck you too, buddy. I love you, but also
the Discord chat is now full of gifs of Lee Pace just touching the ceiling from standing because he's a tree.
He's
6'5". Pace.
Tree Pace. Such a way,
Lee
long
Pace.
way up to his Lee Pace.
Thank you.
Yeah, lovely pace.
I'm just remembering all of the photos from the Hobbit promo shit where you like he makes Richard Armitage look normal sized, and then you freak out because you remember that Richard Armitage is like 6'3".
Peter Jackson decided to cast Lee Pace as in The Hobbit after seeing this movie specifically. So you're welcome, everyone.
And he was right.
He was right.
Yeah,
and he
was.
should say it, and he did.
God.
Peter Jackson said Lee Pace has rights with his full chest. Oh, that's the name of the episode title now.
Lee Pace has rights.
Lee Pace has rights.
Oh my God.
Temporary.
Peter Jackson said Lee Pace rights. No, it's Lee Pace Sunshine Face, idiot. Anyway.
Oh man, you know who keeps popping up in things? I have to look up the actor's name now, but I feel like and every time I do the same thing, which is like squint at the screen and then remember at a really like weird moment where I've seen the person in question, is the guy who played Darwin.
Yes.
Oh, yes, he's so good.
He was in Peterloo.
He's fantastic. Yeah, he fucking was in Peterloo, and we were just like, wait, hang on, excuse me, is that? And we went back and forth for like way longer than you want to.
I was like, it's Darwin!
Yeah,
So
before just like screeching that it's Darwin.
Speaking of Darwin, like one of my favorite lines in the movie is from him, and like we've talked a lot about like the production design, the cinematics, all that stuff. Like visually, it is a treat. God, it's so saturated. That's one of my favorite. Not enough movies these days are like saturated, and it's like, yes, love it.
This movie is in love with every single color that shows up in it,
as it should be.
His name is Leo Bill.
Yep.
What a name.
And he was fucking in Gosford Park, too!
Everybody was in Gosford Park.
I mean,
Everybody
to be
was
fair,
in Gosford
everybody
Park.
was in Gosford Park, and at some point we're doing a goddamn Gosford Park episode.
Lawrence
I've
Fox
seen that movie.
was in Gosford Park, for God's sake.
I know!
He
He's
was.
like 11! It's so weird!
Anyway, Maddie, sorry.
So I was going to talk about the writing. The script is also like, there's a part where Charles Darwin's there.
In the story.
Don't worry about it.
In the story, not in real life.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, in the story part, it's like all these like fictional, like kind of trope characters, and then also like English naturalist Charles Darwin wearing the best coat you've ever seen. He says, "Shoot you animals, they'll pay you well for Darwin's hide." And it's like the realest shit I've ever heard. It's so good. There's so many good like gut punch of lines.
I want to get a goddamn tattoo of the butterfly with Americana Exotica underneath it.
You and me both. We're gonna both have that tattoo.
Yeah, we're gonna both have that tattoo, and it's because of the Fall Out Boy lyric and also this movie.
And also, yeah.
Jesus, I told you, Lawrence Fox, he's like 11 in this movie.
He is.
He's not in the fall. No,
Sorry.
Helena posted a picture of him in Gosford Park.
Guilty.
And he looks like he's about 5.
Oh god, he's a fetus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fetus.
There's also some like really fun stuff in the story too, like that pays homage to the kind of acting style of the time as well, and as well as some editing in some parts of it. The acting is
also true.
Deliberately very stagey and kind of over exaggerated, as like a lot of acting was during that time, because they had no sound, so they had to use their bodies and their faces. So that it is kind of humorous in the story.
It's very emotive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even like Roy, Lee Pace's character, who is like clinically depressed, ready to die, is like still incredibly emotive and present. There's a lot of people saying things without saying things.
Lots of big sighs, lots of big body movements. I always think of that one where Nurse Evelyn as the princess does that thing. She's like, the scourge of the southeast, and then she like
then she faints, and it's
like Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, and then like there's some editing, I think, in what's the one scene I'm thinking of? It's the Pescado scene.
Pescado.
Pescado.
Oh, also,
Pescado.
fuck, we haven't talked about our favorite scene. The bit at the end with the editing.
Oh,
we have
yes.
to talk about that.
Oh, fuck,
also,
you're
shit.
right. Yes. The editing in this movie is fantastic.
Yeah, it's just insanely good.
I was thinking particularly, and I can't really express why, the editing in the Pescado scene, which will make sense once you see the movie, so go see the movie, reminds me of the famous step sequence in Battleship Potemkin, and it's kind of like that, where it's like this really like what's the editing style I'm looking for? There's a name for it, but it's very much very, very classical, very around the time period that this film is being set in. And then that one editing moment, possibly my favorite moment in the entire movie, that's just so emotionally powerful. It's so wild that like editing can be used to like pack an emotional punch sometimes, but boy, it sure does in this movie.
It's near the end, and I don't want to say too much about it, I guess, but it's cutting between the story and like real life in a way they haven't done before. Normally those two types of story are very separate. Like, you know when you're getting into a story segment and you know when you're getting into a real life segment. This one, it cuts between the two because the story that they are now telling together is directly being changed by like what is happening to them in real life.
It's kind of unraveling a little bit.
Yeah,
she starts to have an influence on the story, and he is like about to write the ending, and she changes it, and he promises to change it for her, and it's
we all just got
it just gets you like right in the heart.
I don't want to describe it too viscerally, but it's just one. Basically what the editing style is that she asks him something, he does something, it cuts back to the story, and then back to him, and he says something, and it goes back to the story. But it's just like the sequence and of those emotional things is just like really astounding.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to say because I feel like this doesn't say too much about the plot, but she says promise, and he says, he doesn't say yes. I think he just like nods his head. She's like,
he says I promise, but
and she says like no crossed fingers, and like cuts back to the story, cuts back to him, and he shakes his like open hands at her and says see, and then it cuts back to the story again.
Yeah.
So it's this moment of like I promise you, and she's like I want to believe you, and he is like swearing to her with this like very childlike like you're not lying to me because you're not crossing your fingers. And he says yes, and he follows through.
Yeah.
When most of this story has been a lie to get him to do, or get her to do what he wants her to do, which is like get things for him, basically help him die. And now he is using it to make her a promise that he will live. It's so good.
That's the one thing in the movie that like gets that every time. I'm like, that's what finally gets me. She takes control of the story in a way.
It becomes her story too.
Yeah,
I think she says that like.
Yeah, it's
mine too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because he was using it for a purpose, and then it becomes a way of helping both of them heal from both of them have like traumas that they're working through. They have like injuries, they have like histories that they're trying to heal from, and the story becomes a way of them healing together. It becomes their story, not just like his lies.
Yeah, because it's something to be said that like even though he is incredibly manipulating her in a very disappointing way, and getting her to do something for him, he is also I don't know how big of a spoiler, it's not really that big of a spoiler, but Alexandria has lost her father, and so she kind of latches onto him as this semi like father figure, but also it's not quite, not, I mean, because she's a child and he's an older man, and it's not really like that, but she kind of learns, like, loves him in a complicated way, but that's like also latching onto him as a new father figure. So he's knowingly giving her, while also manipulating her, he learns that she's lost her father and is trying to give her something to get away from that. But at the ending, she's also saying that, look, I can do that too, and you need that as well. You need that more than I do. And she tries to do that earlier by just, but anyway, I don't want to give away too much. Yeah. Yeah.
Please watch this movie, everybody. Like, seriously, just if you think you're up to it, please watch this movie. You will be glad you did.
Yeah, watch it with a friend if you gotta, but like...
Yeah, actually, I mean, also just like, yeah, this is
Watch it with
definitely
a
a good
friend.
movie to watch with a buddy.
That's what our friend did with Helen and I, is we like all sat down and watched it together, and Helen and I the whole time were like, look at this shit! And she was like, yeah, no, okay, I get it.
Wait, which friend?
This was Leia.
She was prepared
okay.
to
You've
love
now
that
mentioned
movie.
3 times in this episode.
Shout out to Leia.
Hey,
Our
Leia,
only friend, Leia.
We love you. Also, I specifically love you. Leia's my girlfriend.
You don't say.
Like, I mean, just
she?
in case that wasn't clear to people listening to this podcast, Leia and I are dating. I don't know.
Cute.
What do I know? I'm a bear.
We don't talk
I suck
about
the
her.
heads
It's
off
like the heads
fish.
off fish.
It's good to know that no matter what we're talking about, if one of us starts making a Kiss Kiss Bang Bang reference, the rest of us will immediately stop what we're doing and continue to finish the reference as well.
Yeah, it's really it makes me feel very in tune.
Mm-hmm. There's another double feature that I'd like to insert now for the sole virtue
okay.
of
Sure.
the fact that of that story you told, Ezra, about taking the Fall DVD downstairs and watching it again. I had a reverse experience recently with a different movie that I was seeing for the first time, where I was like, I would like to watch this movie by myself for the first time watching it. And I did in the basement, and then I rented it from the video store, and then after I finished watching it the next day or so, I was like, so do you want to watch this movie? Because I decided that it would be acceptable to share it with my parents, and then I did. So I watched it like twice within like 3 days, and that movie was
God.
Maurice.
Hey!
Oh,
Which
I want to
is-
watch Maurice so bad.
I
God,
think
me
you
too.
can connect it to The Fall because it's a lot of feelings. I guess it's very visually beautiful. The acting is very good. There's a lot of like stuff that's difficult to deal with, but is very emotionally satisfying, like The Fall. What else?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But also that story that just reminded me that sometimes there's just these movies that you gotta watch twice in 1 week or twice in a day,
Yeah, I would say
That's
it's
true,
fair to
yeah.
be like, this is a double feature because they're movies that like got me so good that I wanted to watch them immediately again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like The Fall does something in that editing bit that we were just talking about, the emotional reaction I have to that. It's that kind of like burrowing into your marrow kind of thing that scene does, that the ending of Maurice does for me, and that Moonlight does for me. There's just this kind of like, I feel emotionally raw, like right now, you got me real good. I'm just gonna sit here in the movie theater and just quietly cry for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's an overall good feeling. Anyway, love being seen by the cinema.
I just love this fucking movie so much.
Yeah. It's one of those movies that is like both a like creative and thoughtful and interesting piece of art, and also like invokes emotion. Like I feel like it does the multiple things that I personally like film to do, which is like on its own it is a worthwhile piece of art, and also as something that impacted me emotionally, it had value.
I agree.
Hard to do both of those things separately, let alone together. Vanity project. Fuck you.
And we haven't even really talked in depth about the costumes.
Oh,
Oh
no,
god, okay,
God.
so this movie...
It's Matty and Ezra time.
It's
Move
Matty and
over.
Ezra time. Everybody hang the fuck on. Oh boy.
They're all very crisp, especially in the
Yeah.
story. They all have
yeah.
very like solid lines. They one of the great things about like character design, like when you're drawing a character, is silhouettes. Is each silhouette distinct? And in the movie, each silhouette is distinct because the lines of the costuming are so tight.
Yeah. It is
Fucking amazing.
It's rad as shit. And they're so they're fantastical, but they're not like best of the Met Gala fantastical.
No,
like,
they're
they
still. I
look-
would buy that people would be wearing this.
They look stylized but real. I think is how I would. They don't look like purely fanciful clothing pieces.
Right. They are the pieces of clothing of a country that doesn't exist. Kind of. Not I mean
Yeah.
not, because then they come from a lot of inspiration comes from like different places, but it's like you would buy that these are like a lot of these pieces are just they are of a fashion of a place that you don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make
that's
sense?
a good way. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, actually. I like that a lot.
I'm thinking specifically of like the bandits.
Yeah.
All of them
Oh.
specifically have very distinct character, like costume design,
Yep.
and they're all so interesting and cool. I mentioned that Darwin has this like fucking amazing coat, but also like the Indian. I call him the Indian because he doesn't have a different name. Okay.
Yeah.
But the Indian's like green silk thing that he wears is like one of my favorite costumes because it's so simple, but like still stands out very well.
Yeah. And all of the there's so much attention paid to choosing fabrics that interact with the light in really different ways. Like each one has a very specific silhouette, and also each one has a very specific texture.
Yeah, a lot of silks.
There's a lot of silks, but a lot of silks like used differently. Like if you just thinking about like how the light falls on each of those characters, it's almost like you could identify them by silhouette, but you could also identify them by color palette and almost just by like swatches. If you just saw like a super close-up of the way the light hits that green silk versus the way the light hits that yellow canvas, or the kind of fur on the butterfly coat, or the shine of Odo Benga's the beads on his hat. They're just, it's like your eye even just sliding past them, they're so recognizable.
Oh damn! I'm looking up this costume designer, and she also has worked on like a lot of all of Tarsem's films, it looks like, but she also did the costume design for Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh
which
shit!
Makes complete sense.
Hell
That tracks.
yeah! Fuck yes!
She's a hero.
We haven't
and I respect her.
In the main show, we have not talked about Dracula. Someday we will.
Yes, we will.
Can we watch that Dracula? Because I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, and I would love to.
I have also not seen it, so Sneople movie night.
This may or may not be the one that has Keanu Reeves.
It is.
It is.
We should, yeah.
Keanu
So
Reeves.
we definitely have to watch it because I've been meaning to watch that one too.
And
where he plays
Winona Ryder.
my ultimate son. Oh my god! I forgot she's in it. Yeah, we have to.
Yes,
watch
she
this
is. Yeah. So, heads up, Sneople fans, we're gonna watch fucking Bram Stoker's Dracula.
thing. I'm gonna go nuts.
That's the Francis Ford Coppola one, right? Am
Yeah.
I crazy?
No,
Okay.
you're not.
Yes.
Somehow it is. Yep.
Well, you know, we all gotta I don't know,
gotta branch
grow
out.
wild hair now and then.
Yep, this is the same guy who had directed The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, because sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
That's true.
You gotta direct a Dracula adaptation.
I'm just saying,
you just gotta direct to Dracula.
For the love of God, everybody, please never try to watch the fucking Redux cut of Apocalypse Now.
Oh, jeez.
It is self-indulgent garbage. Sorry, hot take.
Interminable. I have
It is
watched
fucking
it,
interminable. There is so much shit in that movie that should never have been put back.
Yeah. Martin Sheen is very good in it because he's a
of course
fantastic
he
actor.
is.
But yeah, that particular cut of the movie is just like, oh, please God, when will it end?
Yeah, nobody needs that much Apocalypse Now. Like, we really just don't need that much Apocalypse Now. Nobody does.
For those of people who
Never.
aren't familiar with Apocalypse Now listening, the filming of this movie was, I mean, it's well known enough, but the filming of this movie was so hellish that they made a movie about making the movie because it was just to talk about how terrible it was. Not like terrible, like, oh, we made a stinker, but terrible and like, we were dragged through, hell and back by an insane megalomaniac.
Yeah, like we all have PTSD from making
we were
this
all
fucking
high
movie.
because we had to be, not because it was the late 70s and we chose to be. You had to be. Kind of
to survive.
To survive.
The only way you were surviving this shoot was through lots of illegal drugs.
Yep. Anyway. Brief tangent.
The
to
Sneople take on
Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Oh, please never.
I don't wanna. I mean, I'm not promising that there won't be a war movies, like episode or series of episodes, because it's me and there will be. But also, hi, my name is Ezra, and I just don't want to talk about Apocalypse Now.
Never. I think the only legit war movie I've ever seen was Dunkirk.
Interesting.
Hey, remember when you and I
just
had
that.
to hold both of our hands during
Oh,
Dunkirk?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We went. Maddie and I went. I was fortuitously
Yeah.
in Portland for an extremely short amount of time, and it happened to coincide with when they were showing Dunkirk in 70mm.
I saw that one too at the Hollywood.
What was at the Hollywood in Portland?
Yeah,
and
yes,
which
and we
shout
were
out
like
to the
in the
goddamn Hollywood.
side.
And you could feel the sound effects in your bone marrow.
Mm-hmm.
It was ape shit. I loved that movie.
Good.
Like, people can fight me. I love Dunkirk.
Oh, it was so good. I wouldn't mind rewatching that.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch Dunkirk now.
I haven't seen it since we saw it because I was
cool.
what could it hold up to seeing that in 70mm in a theater? Like, probably yes.
Not. Probably yes. Actually, yeah. What am I talking about? Also,
it'll just be a different experience, and like
it will
that's
be a
fine.
different
That's the whole point
experience.
of movies is like every time you watch a movie, it's a different experience, and that's good.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. And also, look, I'm sorry, Ken Branagh Ken Branagh's crying, I'm crying.
That's the law. That's the rule.
Oh, we need to watch Henry V. Okay, now we're just like, we're going off on a complete tangent about all the movies we need to watch, but also we need to watch Henry V for this podcast.
Yes, we do.
Anyway.
Ken Brancast.
Ken Brancast. Should we find a thing to get back to the fall and wrap up, or?
Yeah, I think
final thoughts?
I think we should meander back. Any final thoughts?
This is very different from our first take on this episode.
It is.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I feel like I keep trying to remake an episode that doesn't exist, and I'm like, wait, did we miss something? And I'm like, I don't know, man.
I think we've
Probably.
covered a lot of it. It's just really important to me that it's communicated to everyone listening that the ways that this movie deals with storytelling and all of the different ways that storytelling can benefit and also hurt us. It's a really interesting treatise on that. Or I guess not treatise, it's kind of a stupid word, but it's
meditation.
Discussion.
Yes, meditation.
Yeah, meditation.
Yeah. It's really important to me. And I like it a lot.
This movie is very important.
And I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This has been, the past few episodes have been like movies that meant something to us.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get back to something a little bit different, but you know what? I kind of like doing these episodes too, because it's like,
we have a lot to
we
say.
gotta talk about the origin story of the Sneople.
I mean, also just like, this is... movies, yeah, it's I like listening to people talk about things that meant something to them that maybe you wouldn't necessarily be able to guess. The magic that happens between the art object and the viewer that you can't always anticipate is so, I mean, it's like, that's why I like listening to people talk about stuff like art that they love, is because you can't predict. I mean, sometimes you can, but sometimes you just can't predict exactly why it is somebody loves something.
Yeah, for sure. Because your love of something is the culmination of everything that's ever happened to you before.
Yeah.
Put that on a fucking shirt.
Yeah, damn, bro.
Everybody out of my fucking way. Yeah. I'm the smart one now.
That's a good epitaph.
It is. Because yeah, I mean, and for these characters, like, you've got somebody who is sort of almost dealing with too much life experience for how young he is. I mean, they both do. They both have too much tragedy for how short a time they've been alive.
Yeah, that's very true. You don't think of him as young because he's so much older than she is, but he is relatively young. He's supposed to be in his 20s. Yeah.
And Lee Pace does have, he's very fresh-faced. You know, there is a youthful vulnerability to him, and also there's something of the wounded child about the way he lashes out at people, and it makes them they understand each other in a strange way because of that, because they both are they both have very childish emotional outbursts, and they kind of flip through the catalog of emotions really quickly.
Yeah. You know, someone said something good when everyone else is just like, yeah.
Oh boy. I just fucking love this movie so goddamn much.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this movie came to me again at such a time when I needed it. So, like, I can talk about how good this movie is and stuff all day, and I think it is genuinely a good piece of film craft. This movie came to me again when I needed it, and that has worth too.
It absolutely
That's why it's a good movie.
It absolutely does have worth too, and I feel like it's funny. This is another one of those movies that when I met you, and then by extension Helena, where it was like, because this movie is not super well known. It's funny, it's kind of like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang in that way, where it's a little bit of a cult classic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you like Lee Pace, you've seen The Fall, probably.
Yeah, if you like Lee Pace, you've seen The Fall, but also, if you're not a Lee Pace fan, why the fuck would you have seen this movie is kind of the thing. Like, how the fuck would you have found it? And
unless you're a film person.
And unless you're like a hashtag film
Johnny,
person, which,
who,
okay, fine.
Yes, Johnny, who writes the music for our show, mentioned to me, like, oh, I saw that movie when it came out because I was working in a movie store.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
And, like, I, like, had heard about it through there and was, like, waiting for, like, a DVD rental place, and was, like, waiting for it to come out because of, he loves that movie.
That's awesome. Oh, man, that's, what a cool, Johnny Ronaldo, extremely cool dude.
Yep, that is... That's how I knew he was a real one. No, it was before that, but
yeah, I mean, I like that. It's one of those movies where we had that moment of, oh shit, you like, oh shit, you know what that is, and oh shit, you love that movie too. It's our shared enthusiasm for this movie was definitely a, like, solid gold indicator of being kindred spirits.
Yeah, it was like this movie and Brothers Bloom and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Were like
that's
three of
the
trifecta.
movies that we were like, like, oh, you saw this movie. Fuck, I love this movie.
Yeah. That's an interesting the Brothers Bloom
would be another sort wanted to add to my kind of offbeat double features. It has there's a through line of a specific kind of whimsy and a specific kind of pontificating is a word with way too big a stick up its ass for what I mean. Of sort of playfully but meaningfully exploring the power of storytelling.
Yeah. Two very different takes on a same nugget of a concept.
Similar bedrock. Very different structures built on it.
Yes. I think
I think
we said quite a good amount
place
of
to
things.
call it a night. Unless anybody has anything that they're desperate to add. Helen, I haven't heard you in a minute, so
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I think
love you guys.
I love you too. I love how I really do genuinely love that we often start out so kind of just like hype and kind of over the top, and then we circle around to getting deep. It's fun. I like it.
Comedy movie review podcast? I think not. It's group therapy. Fuck you.
Yeah, well, gotta have both.
Both is good.
Both is. Yes. The Road to El Dorado, aka Hamlet, and Hamlet as Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Because it's Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, God, I always forget that it's the two of them.
That it's fucking
is.
fucking Hamlet. Hamlet and Hamlet do Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's extremely good, and also that the original script was like even more gay coded.
Yeah, no, it's Hamlet and Hamlet do Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, but explicitly bisexual and polyamorous.
Yeah, it's AKA everything I've ever wanted. All right. So, thanks for hanging out with us here on Sneople at the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, and come hit us up on Twitter at people_snake, or shoot us an email at sneopleatthemovies@gmail.com. Our amazing music was done by Johnny Ronaldo, who you can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter, and our super snazzy logo was designed by Bethany Leuthold. Check her out at Bethany Leuthold, that's Bethany Leuthold at Wixsite, WIXSITE.com. If you've got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or any particularly delicious gifts of Lee Pace you need to share, say hello. Also, if you can, please leave a review on iTunes and share the show with any friends you think would enjoy it. Any way that you can help spread the news helps us so much, and we would really appreciate it. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.